Now the mic is working. Isn't that something? That's crazy. Isn't that something? They want me to go in the studio. Let me see. Okay, the mic. I'm trying to close it. I'm gonna close it. You guys, go. I'm starting another live. Go into the new live. I'm ending this one. Okay. Okay. So, okay. You know, it only does that when we coming on to did the other live close? I hope it closed, you guys. Vision is in the house. Miss Philly G. We're still in here. I didn't put anything on there and it's still stuck. See, now that I'm not live, it's like doing all kind of crazy stuff. It shut down. So it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, you guys, we only got a little bit of time. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing all of this. I have no clue. Anyway, let me share with you guys what's going on. So we're going to talk about the California City Boys. I had to shut down Kosher real quick. Hit that like button on your way in. Hey, Lisa T. Hey, Soldier Girl. Sonya Watts. Woke the God. Rhonda is in the building. Okay, so I see you guys. You guys give a thumbs up. I can see that you guys come in here. Give a thumbs up. We only got half of the people. It doesn't matter to me. When it rains, it rains. It pours. I don't care. It is what it is. Everything today has been crazy for me. I lost on the auction because I fell asleep. I've been working hard. And so the things that I've been waiting on all month, I fell asleep. So I'm not in the best of the mood. But I want to talk about the California City Boys. Hey, Lisa, I see you in the building. So I know that the defense is now, we've heard their opening statement. So Torres gave her opening statement just the other day, yesterday. You can go on Court TV and watch the opening statement, hear the opening statement, if that's what you want to do, if you missed it. She didn't say nothing great. She wasn't even, nothing was earth shaking, okay? She just basically was like, it was a tragedy. She ended her opening statement saying, hey, it's a tragedy. She's ending her opening statement trying to tell people that basically what Hennessy said, the kids are missing. It was a mistake. At the end of the day, this is a tragedy. Take it however you want, what kind of tragedy you think it is, but the kids are gone. Okay? She wasn't like, we were waiting to see if she was going to come and land a big old bomb. She did not. She didn't earn her pay. But nevertheless, so yesterday they were supposed to come back on and we waited all day. And I mean, everybody was calling me like, hey, where they at? Hey, where they at? Are they on? And we clicked on it all day. We were so tired. And that's what made me tired today, is because all day yesterday, I'm sitting there trying to wait for them to come on. Didn't get nothing done around the house. So usually when these cases come on like this, they are very drainful. So sometimes you do got to sleep. You do got to rest, because life, you got to live. You guys understand what I'm saying? So anyway, check this out. So, and I know I'm looking rough because I got my hat on, but my hair is just slicked back anyway, and it's doing some stuff. It's growing, so nevertheless. So today, they did not come back on yesterday, even when they said at 1:45 they was going to come back on. They did not show up. Everybody was kind of disturbed. So they come back on today. We're missing it because, nobody likes to wait around and then you don't show up or whatever. I'm looking after myself. Trust and believe. Trust me, I slept pretty good this morning. I missed out on everything. I missed out on everything, you guys. I'm mad. My husband mad. Everybody mad because yeah, I dropped the ball this morning. I can't take it back. But I sure slept good. Anyway, so I didn't feel like getting up doing nothing to myself, and I got to go to work tonight. So, you see me like this. This is my raw. This is like me just getting up out of bed, going, I really don't care. But anyway, so they come on today, and the defense calls this new witness. She is a professional. She has a lot of degrees, and she's going to talk about how all the interviews were just no good. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. Now, here's how this works. So, some people are discouraged about it because she's a forensic expert. No, I don't think she's a forensic expert. I don't know if that's what they called her. I don't even think they called her that. I think she's just there to denounce how all the interviews were terrible. So you have people, and that's what their job is, whether they're right or wrong. Just like you, if you told me a story, even if it's your story, I can come and put holes in your story. She says, no good. Yeah, exactly. It isn't, but that's what her job is to do. Whether you like it or not, that's what her job is to do. So she's trying to say Hennessy, when he interviewed the kids, he was terrible. He was wrong. She's in experts with interviewing children. Okay, that's right. So when the Susan girl interviewed Adrian, she's trying to say she was misleading him. She was repetition. She wouldn't take none of his answers. And then, she was kind of provoking him to say certain things. And then when he answered her, she wouldn't let it go. Like, that's not the answer. Priming him to say this and priming him to say that. And I mean, they're facts of what she's saying. But here's the thing, you guys. Only thing she's doing, do not get disturbed. The only thing she's doing, when you go to school to be an interviewer or interview children or a doctor, lawyer, nurse, or attorney or something, you know the ins and you know the outs, right? Okay, right? You know the ins and you know the outs. She don't want to be on the end part. So she took her degree and she learned everything about how to interview children and the good things about it and the bad things about it. So she's pointing out how they manipulate children, and that's what you're supposed to do, to manipulate the children to tell you. You can't sit there and play bubblegum and give them candy and think they're going to tell you mommy and daddy killed this kid or mommy and daddy did this. They're not going to tell you nothing. Matter of fact, they told him to keep your mouth shut. This little boy is talking about a tongue lashing. Okay, he couldn't even spell his name when he first came on. You asked him to spell his name, he couldn't spell his name. So now the only word he knows, and he's saying, like somebody has manipulated his mind and say, oh, you don't get whoopings no more. You only get tongue lashings, tongue lashings, tongue lashing. Say it again. Adrian, say it again. Tongue lashing. Say it again, Adrian. Tongue lashing. So what do we do when we punish you? You give us tongue lashing. So now every time he's like, oh, when we moved to California, we don't get whoopings anymore. We only get tongue lashings. And so she asked him, who told you about the tongue lashing? Well, that's what they do. They talk to us and they set us in the corner and such and such. And the cold water and the showers. Oh, no, it's just, it ain't no punishment. It's just cold water. Hold on. Number one, you don't put 3 and 4 year olds in showers. Okay? You give them baths. You can't leave them by themselves. These kids are too young. I'm just saying. You guys understand what I'm saying? Let alone cold water. You guys, there's one thing about raising children. We all know what you're supposed to do. You don't put 2, 3-year-olds in showers. 3, 4, 5-year-olds in showers by themselves. Okay? That part. What she said. Anyway, we know the kid don't have to explain to us what happened. There was a lot of abuse going on. I'm going to just tell it like the TI is. There was a lot of abuse going on in that house towards these foster kids that became adopted kids. They didn't treat the other kids the same way. The food thing, shut them out. They taught the other kids to shut their mouths. Put your hand like this and shut their mouth. So you're teaching the kids to treat the other kids that way. The kids knew this. The kid came on there and said, that ain't my room. It wasn't even a question. How do you know that's not your room? See, they got more stuff. They got more stuff. You can't make this up. The only thing is you can make and manipulate kids to say certain things. But if you really pay attention, they're telling you. They're telling you the truth, whether you like it or you don't. And they can't make stuff up that's fitting like a glove. They may not be able to explain it or articulate the right answers, like what's today's date. They're not going to say, oh, today's May the 10th. They'll say, it was kind of cool outside. We watched this on TV, and then you got to figure out, you watch what on TV, where did you go, find receipts, things like that. That's how you can put things together. The other thing is, you guys, so her job is to take out, pick apart every interview to show that this was all brought in how the police wanted to put it together. And it's not. And you're going to have 12 jurors on there. Now, are they going to find him guilty of murder? It's hard to deal with murder. And I know what you guys are going to say. They do it all the time. Okay. But if you really look at your statistics, and don't even look at statistics, but when you go to court and stuff, the people that's going to murder and there's not children is very, very hard. They say that because they don't want people to think, yeah, it's an easy thing. No, it's very hard, because the one thing about being for sure and without a doubt, you've got to have time, opportunity, reason, body, and motive. And I'm not no expert. I'm just thinking on the top of my head the things I need to. So if I found somebody guilty, what time did you kill them? When did you kill them? Why? When, where, why, what, and then, and whatever. You know, where's the body? Those things, if you don't have the answer, then everything is substantial evidence, right? And to get a guilty verdict on a substantial evidence, you can always knock holes in substantial evidence. But it's okay. Because if you have enough substantial evidence, like kids saying, you know, I smelt an odor. Now, kids don't normally just come and say, I smelt the odor, because kids play in junk and dirt and they sweaty and they don't like to take baths, and you know what I'm saying? And they're doing little stuff with themselves and it brings odors or whatever. And I work with kids all the time. So they're just not going to say it stunk. I mean, when you smell a smell of death, it's an odor. There was an odor. Nobody didn't have to tell that kid that. He told them it was an odor. You guys understand what I'm saying? Nobody have to tell the kid. Here's the bottom line. Look at all the substantial evidence that they have brought out in this case. I'm not trying to cheer people on. I'm saying it's going to be a guilty verdict, but it may not be the, what we expect or want. Here's the thing. The reason why I'm going to say that. Exactly. You will not forget that smell. The minute that you smell it again, well, you'll forget it like you won't smell it because there's no odor like it. But then when you smell it again, you be like, hey, somebody in this neighborhood. I walked out of a house one day and I said, I smell death. Because I've smelled it so many times before. And, I found my brother and I know what it smells like. And you can't get that smell out of your noggin. I mean, we had cleaners come in, expert people, professional people, come scrub the floor, come scrub the walls. The odor's still there. I had to sell the house. But anyway, what I was trying to tell you guys is you get these experts come in here that have learned the rules and the regulations of how to do the interview. You're going to have some people on the other side that knows the rules and regulations and know why they depict them and know why they use them. Just like the open and ending open statements are questions, right? Like, I'm a nurse. The things they taught me is how to get people to take shots, how to take the flu shots, how to go get, vaccinated, whatever, how to talk down somebody that's in a mental crisis, how to get kids to open up to me, to let me go ahead and change them. It's okay that you're naked. I'm not looking at your nakedness, things of that nature. I know how to do that. Now, if I was on trial, somebody be saying, well, did you touch them? And trying to make me look like I'm some kind of pedophile. But I have to get that kid to be in agreement with whatever I'm doing, to give him his shot, give him his medicine. So I might have to pamper him and say, it's okay, get in his face. And I'm not no pedophile. I just want you to feel comfortable with me. So it's going to hurt a little bit, but we're going to be okay. So if you look over here and boom, I already gave him his shot. Now somebody else will come in and say, well, she said, she's not right. Because that's sexual. And it's nothing sexual about it. Grooming. Thank you. It's just the way how when you go to school, they teach you different ways to get things done, and it doesn't mean anything. Yes, there is a formula. And if you depictate or take away or just just pick it apart, the formula, you can do that in every situation. Don't think that what I'm saying, that this is a walk in the park and it's all good, because you only need one juror to go, I'm not comfortable with this, and it'll be a mistrial. I'm not comfortable. There's no body. I'm not comfortable. The CPS says somebody was walking, but they fixed that. I'm not comfortable. Somebody called in and said that those babies was in Texas. I'm not comfortable, But here's the thing. Jackie and Trezell is not going to get on the stand. I cannot get out of my mind the kid saying that when they said that the kids were coming back, he go, because he knew that they were dead. Or the one was dead. You're not going to be able to get that out of people's mind. If not 2 verdicts, at least it'll be for one child, and they don't know what happened to the other. We don't have to be in agreement, you guys. We're all over the world. I've got people in here in California, people in here in Memphis, Chicago, Philadelphia, Oklahoma, Texas, Wyoming, Virginia, Kansas is in the building. We're going to think differently because the people that surround us and how we live and what we grew and the education we have, we're going to think differently. But I guarantee you, If you see what I see, the jurors are made up of people like you and me. They're not doctors. They're not attorneys. They're not. You might get one of them on there that might be some kind of medical service, but they're people like you and me. And so I believe that they all going to be in agreement that there's foul play. There's no kids. Wanda West says she ain't seen the kids since February. If they rambunctious, why wasn't they rambunctious in the car? She said they said the kids was back there. That's so that she don't have to, she's not involving herself. Marie said she ain't seen the kids. She don't even know their name. She said she can't even pronounce their name. She said she don't never see none of the kids. But that oldest boy said that grandma lived in the same apartments and he would go over there all the time. People are backing away from them because they don't want to involve themselves. But in all reality, these kids are not lying about what they know. They trying to help their parents, which that's what they're supposed to do. They're kids. They don't want to tell on mommy and daddy. And now they're in a system which they know is not a good thing. Because remember, their mommy and daddy was trying to do a good thing for some undeserving kids that was in the system. You know what's so funny? And I'm not saying this because I don't wish nothing bad on nobody and nobody's kids. But the same thing that you were making money on, somebody is probably now making money on your kids. And we don't know what's going on with them. I believe they're in a good place because they're keeping an eye on them kids for now because they're in the prime light. But just like anything else, this dies down and they move them kids around, they're probably with a good provider right now because everybody got their eye on those kids. But you know, like I know, when the cat away, the mice will play. And it's so sad. You know, that's like with karma. You know, and I'm not saying I wish something happened to their kids. I don't know these little boys. I wish I can love on them and hug on them and give them a home and some beds and some toys and for them to be happy. That little boy just said, can I get another toy? You know, he gonna get toys wherever he can. Just show him some love and kind. Because these boys, what they're going through and seeing and how they was treated, they was mistreated from the system. First, hold on. First, they was mistreated by their family. Let's keep it real. Legendly or not, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they did it, they didn't do it, or there was a misunderstanding, but they're in the system. Okay? Things happen. Sometimes it could be a lie. Sometimes it could be a truth. But for somebody to come take your kid, it's going to be something truthful about them taking them kids. Because I'd be dang if you take my kids and you ain't got no proof how they got that scar on them or whatever. And we suing somebody. Because it almost happened one time, but I called my attorney quickly. And they gave me my kid back within 24 hours. They were going down. I'm not saying I'm a bad person, but I always connect myself up with people in higher places. So when I need help, I can say, hey, what do I do? Hey, I always have me an attorney friend. Always. Now, my attorney friend passed away, so I got to get me another one. But nevertheless, I have one now, but I need more. You understand what I'm saying? I need somebody that practice right here in Kansas. Just in case. You never know what you're going to deal with. But anyway, what I was saying, you guys, is have these people, get your connections together. Anytime when you go out and stuff, quit being a hermit, not talking to people, get your names, get your numbers and things of that nature, and ask them questions when things happen. Ask them questions. Right now, my porch is all out of whack. I go down the street. I'm saying, hey, I done took my porch apart and I got a big mess. Can you help me out? Oh, I'll be over there. He done called me a couple times, but I missed the phone call. But nevertheless, I got it in my mind now. I don't need him. I know what I'm going to do. but I'm making contacts everywhere you go. So get these contacts so you never know when you need them. So people will not come get your kids, and then you sitting there crying, talking about they did you wrong and all that. Should nobody be able to come get your kids? Period. I don't care if you whoop them or not. So anyway, like I was saying, the family did not come out and love on these kids and get these kids. And I don't know if the system had already had them in custody and they wasn't reacting to what was going on. They didn't think it was no big deal. It might keep them for 24, because we always get told by other people, oh, they're just going to keep them for 72 hours. Girl, go out and have a good time. You go out and have a good time, come back, try to get your kids, and they be like, no, we seen another bruise. No, this kid said that. No, you know, woo. Jump through this hoop, jump through that hoop. They know that you can't. You're barely making it. You're young. You really don't even know how to really be a parent or whatever. So things happen. And I'm not giving an excuse to the parents or whatever, because like my mother told me, don't even put yourself in that equation and you ain't got to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Keep them out your business. She would say, we call it here in Kansas, we don't call it CPS, we call it detention child services, or DS something, DCS or something. We call it that here, whatever. But anyway, my mother would say, keep them out your business. Don't let them come to your house for nothing. For what? You raise your kids. You raise them. So anyway, so somehow they got out of line, or the parents was on drugs, or the parents was getting in an abusive situation. And Sanja, she says hers is TDHS. See, in Tennessee is DCS. See, everywhere is different. You know, we don't even call it CPS here. I think we do, Soldier Girl, I think we call ours DCS too. I think that's what we call ours here. And if you know what it's called in your neck of the woods, put it in the chat, you guys, so people know. There's different words for it. But my mother said, keep them out your business. Keep them out your business. And you don't have to worry about it. And they start coming snooping or whatever. You tell them, get out of here. These are my kids. You know, I did this, I did that. No, you can't talk to them. Give me an attorney. DCF. There, see? I think that says country time. Country me says DCF. Central or something. It's called CPS. DHR. DCFS. Okay. So there's a lot of them. Put in a referral. I know a CPS. Okay. So we got it. So yes, you guys. Department of Children of, what is that? Miles or Meals or Family Matters or something? Families, Department Children of Families. Oh, wow. Okay. Department of Human Resources. Okay. DFSS. I never heard of that one. I'm in Kansas City. You're in Kansas? DCF. Yes. We got you. I'm right here with you. I'm right here in Kansas. Families. Okay, DCF, Department of Children and Families, yes. So, yeah, I did adopt, and that's where I adopt mine from. But we've have different places that you can adopt from. But I did mine from that department. It's been so long ago, I don't even really remember this stuff. So anyway, keep them out your business. So first, the family was, let me see where we're at, because they're coming back on in a minute, and we want to listen to what they got to say. Yeah, they'll be coming on, and I got to get out of here. So first the kids was done wrong by the family, or something happened, or they was not, in the right position. Maybe homeless, maybe abusive relationship, or they had to let the kids go, or the kids got hurt, or whatever. They have to get themselves together. So now the kid is moved into the protective or child protective services, or DCF or whatever. And so now they got to be put with a foster parent. So the foster parents put them here, put them there, put them there, put them there. I can't get them. They got to hurry up and get somebody right then. They don't care. They got a bed. Their whole thing is their intentive is to get the kid somewhere, and whoever take the kid ain't out on the street. They just, I believe that sooner or later they're going to be opening up these hotels and having hotels full of kids and just hiring a whole full of staff because it's too many kids. They can't just keep putting them with people and people treating them bad. But sometimes, do you not know that kids are sleeping on the floor in the social services offices? That they're making phone calls all night trying to find a bed for this kid, and they don't have one. And you're not supposed to take your work home, and you just can't just go home and the kid's sitting there like nobody's coming to get me. So you got the family, something happened, now you got CPS done stepped in, took the kid, and I'm gonna be honest with you, right at the beginning, it's not good. Wherever that kid is, it's not good. Sometimes they don't have shoes, they haven't ate, they don't, some of them's on medication, they don't know where they're medicated, they don't know what's finna happen. They already traumatized. They want to be loved, they want to look like other kids. They see other kids got mama and daddy, or they got new shoes, or they in the car, they smelling, they got lunch in their hand. They want the same thing, but that ain't how it happens. What happens when DCF or whatever agency come and get your kid, they're now in the system. It is traumatizing. And then these people it's a job for them. So foster parenting is not, we're just loving kids and we just want to help the kids and everything. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying it is a business. And if anybody think anything else other than that, then shame on you. It's a business. Nobody's taking care of people's kids for free. They're just not doing it. If they wasn't paying, nobody would be doing it. They would go get them another job. They would go do daycare. But this is a type of job that you got stable money. You know exactly what's coming in. And sometimes it's paid pretty good, because if you got a slow developed kid or one that has disabilities, you don't get an average of $75 to $100 a week. I mean, that kid is like a cash cow. It can bring in $1,000 for 1 month. You guys understand what I'm saying? This is why people do it. If I did foster parenting, I love kids. I don't have kids. I would love to have another kid in the home. And guess what? I mean, 2 birds with 1 stone. And guess what? It comes with money. So then therefore I don't have to worry about buying them shoes and socks and getting them toys and everything, because the money comes to take care of the kid. So it would not hurt me to get another kid. But at the same time, I'm not going to just do it to just be doing something. Nobody does that. Y'all need to stop it. Nobody does that. You don't get in your car to go nowhere, to ride around the block 5 times to just say you just want to do it. If that's what you're doing, you need to go back to school and relocate your brain or something, because it's a disconnect there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing. I got you. She said they back on. It's a good thing, but we do it for reasons. It's a job. So now you've got the department treating the kids wrong, and then the kids get to a family, foster parent, treat them wrong, and then adoption, they still get treated wrong. And you expect that these kids is going to tell you what happened. You understand? You expect these kids to tell you what happened. So this woman knows this is how the system is set up. And when the system is set up like this, she knows how they do the interviews. So since she knows how to do the interviews, she's doing everything opposite to tell them what they did wrong. It's like, I'm a nurse and I can tell you, I can give you the shot and such, but they don't tell me to tell you the back end story of that shot. Because just like when you get the COVID shot or whatever, they don't want you guys to know you're getting COVID. They're giving you COVID, whether you ever get it from out in the world, but they're giving it to you. Some people die from it. And they say, isn't that terrible that the government would do that? Hey, what is more better, the less of the evils? Millions of people die, or maybe 5 people die. These 5 people probably didn't have to die because they probably wouldn't have never caught COVID. You guys understand what I'm saying? So this expert that's coming on now is telling you the downside of how to manipulate and do the interview. So everything that they had put in, she's sitting there saying, well, they said this. Well, they did that. They basically manipulating the kids. They being repetitive. They answered or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So it looks bad. It looks horrible. It does. It looks horrible. Don't worry. That is not going to be a main factor when these jurors go in the back and give them a guilty verdict. Because you cannot forget that kid. You cannot forget Wanda haven't seen them kids since February. You cannot forget that Mother Marie haven't seen them kids either. So that's a bald-faced lie of where you took those kids. And it shouldn't be nobody know what you did with them. You're saying you took them here. The kids saying you took them there. But then here's Wanda helping you move. So Marie ain't seen these kids. You don't want to get your mom in trouble. You don't want to get Marie in trouble. But you want us to guess what you did with these kids. But at the same time, these kids done came up missing on a day that ain't nobody seen them. Then you've got a witness that come on there that's a crash car witness that says you're not seeing what you're seeing, so you can't see the kids because you're not looking for the kids. There's a big gate, and so the kids is only standing 3 feet tall, so you don't see the kids. You still would have to see the kids. Somebody got to see the kids. You had to buy the kids some McDonald's or something. Or when the kids get in the car, why is everything with these kids being seen? Nobody's seen these kids, but you want us to explain to you what happened to them. We can't explain because nobody sees the kids. You guys understand what I'm saying? Nobody sees the kids. The neighbors don't see the kids. Grandma don't see the kids. Grandma Wanda don't see the kids. Grandma Marie don't see the kids. So you're going to have a guilty verdict because these kids been missing way before December the 21st. And if it's something more than that comes out of this, if they don't you got 12 people to go in there. You cannot tell me they're going to sit there and say, oh, the kids are alive. I don't care if the police do crappy work. I don't care if the interviewer manipulate the kids. The fact still remains, Mama and Daddy said that these kids walked out that gate, and that is not so when nobody's seen these kids. That's a fact. Stay on the fact and leave the bull crap alone, and you ain't gonna have to worry about it. It makes everybody mad. This is a very important case due to the future cases. Yes, because you can see the dog running back and forth in that fence through the cracks in the fence. Exactly. So you guys, I'm going to get back in the courtroom and see what else they're going to say. But I guarantee you that's all they've been saying. They even also said that they're getting ready to close this case. It's almost a done deal, you guys. They're almost done. So by next week, they will be doing their closing arguments. And I believe they're going to come out with a guilty verdict, but it may not be for the big bang, but that's fine. When you don't have a body, don't expect that. But put other charges in there for the lesser charges because somebody's going to feel like, well, they don't have a body. I hate later on, we find this kid 5 years later, and he's going to school in Kalamazoo. Now you got a lawsuit because these people, they got to get exonerated. One of the kids is alive, and we done put him in jail. Nobody wants to sit there and say, we put people in jail for killing kids, and the kid is alive. Somebody did take the kid, or they sold the kid. Whatever story they're telling, they did something to the kid, and they need to spend some time in jail. So I don't believe they're going to get the murder, but they can get attempted. They can get manslaughter. They can get wrongful something, and in that way. And nowadays, when you go to jail and 12 jurors find you guilty, you don't get paid because you went to jail. You just had a sloppy attorney. That's the new law now. I don't know if it's law here in Kansas, but a couple of guys went to prison and they got exonerated, and they was like, what is the monetary payment for that? I mean, how much money can they get? Because they've been in prison for 20 years, and they said in the state that they get nothing because, you know, they just had sloppy attorneys. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you need a good attorney. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna go back into this courtroom, and hey, anytime that we have a mess up like today, like that's why I hate covering this case. Somebody's in there going, "Yeah, I'm gonna mess her stuff up. I'm gonna keep calling her." I ain't got time for it. I might even shut down StreamYard altogether. Anyway, you guys, I'll see you guys later. Wednesday at 3 p.m. we'll be back on. I may just do it like that. All right.